Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Neville Goddard tells us the circumstances and conditions of life are outpictured inner talking, solidified sound. In every event is the creative sound that is its life and being. All that a person believes and consents to as true reveals itself in his inner speech. It is his word, his life. On Friday, I asked you to try to notice what you're saying in yourself at this moment. So, to what thoughts and feelings you are consenting. They will be perfectly woven into the tapestry of your life. Did you catch yourself talking negatively about yourself and purposefully try to change the concept of yourself just by saying, nope, that's the old me. Nope, that's not me anymore. Nope, I am not going down that downward spiral. I choose to be happy no matter what. I know that life has its ups and downs, and if things are not going well for me, this too shall pass. And even if I'm at the top of my game and things are wonderful, I take the time to enjoy it because I know this too shall pass. Life is constantly changing, but when we focus on what we don't want, it seems that it's not changing or that it's getting worse. Do you know when you focus on what's going well, what's good in your life, the good gets better? Sandy Gallagher was told by Bob Proctor to practice gratitude, to get into the habit of every day writing out 10 things that you're truly grateful for. And by truly grateful, I don't mean writing down, I'm happy that I have a cup of coffee. Thank you for my house. Thank you, I have a car to drive. I mean, what does it mean to truly appreciate what you already have? To truly appreciate something, to say thank you with such deep gratitude that it feels like your heart is skipping, or you might be crying because you don't feel worthy, or you're so overwhelmed with joy. We're meant to enjoy life. We are spirit embodied in a physical body, and that spiritual part of us is forever looking to expand and grow and experience more life. Don't deny the spiritual side of you. You have an intellect, you have a physical body. Use it to bring your spirit more into experiencing a fuller life. To change your life, you must change your inner talking. For life, said Hermes, is the union of word and mind. When imagination matches your inner speech to fulfill desire, there will then be a straight path in yourself from within out. And the without will instantly reflect the within for you. And you will know reality is only actualized inner talking. Neville Goddard says, every stage of a person's progress is made by the conscious exercise of his imagination, matching his inner speech to his fulfilled desire. And it's because man does not perfectly match his inner speech, the results are, because man does not perfectly match them, the results are uncertain. Well, they might be perfectly certain. Match your inner speech to your fulfilled desire. That means, what does it feel like to already have attained your goal, to be living the life you want to be living, to decide what purpose you want to go after and feel what it's like, and to be able to say, I am so happy and grateful now, that to be so full of gratitude, there is no room for resentment and jealousy and anger. To sit still and say, I truly am grateful for waking up in a nice, warm, cozy bed. There are thousands of people who are homeless. I am truly grateful for the love in my life. Sandy Gallagher used to picture her dog that she loves so much, and then she would say, I'm so thankful, thank you, thank you, thank you for my dog. And then she would think of somebody that was bothering her and send that person love. But that means getting into the spirit of love, getting yourself so filled up with infinite, divine, loving energy that you can send love to people who bother you. Writing down 10 things that you're truly grateful for, and then sending love to three people who bother you. It takes practice, it takes guts, it takes being in harmony with how you want your life to be, and not going in the opposite direction. Persistent assumption of the wish fulfilled is the means of fulfilling the intention. As we control our inner talking, matching it to our fulfilled desires, we can lay aside all other processes. We imagine the wish fulfilled and carry on mental conversations from that premise. Pretending, what's it like? Just pretend for a few minutes what it's like to have what you say you want to have. Whether it's living in peace on an acreage surrounded by animals, or living in a beautiful mansion on a prestigious golf course. It doesn't matter what it is. It's what speaks to your heart, what resonates with you. What do you prefer? Everyone has a different idea of what they want, what success means to them. But make sure it's something that you really want to go after. Because sometimes we say we want something because someone else told us that's what we should do, or what we're good at, or what's possible for us. So decide really what it is for you. Through controlled inner talking from premises of fulfilled desire, seeming miracles are performed. The future becomes the present and reveals itself in our inner speech. To be held by the inner speech of fulfilled desire is to be safely anchored in life. Our lives may seem to be broken by events. They are never broken so long as we retain the inner speech of fulfilled desire. All happiness depends on the active voluntary use of imagination to construct and inwardly affirm that we are what we want to be. We match ourselves to our ideals by constantly remembering our aim and identifying ourselves with it. We fuse with our aims by frequently occupying the feeling of our wish fulfilled. It is the frequency, the habitual occupancy, that is the secret of success. The oftener we do it, the more natural it is. Neville Goddard says, fancy assembles, continuous imagination fuses. Are you fusing with your fantasy goal, with what you desire, with visualizing it, with feeling what it's like to be there? That's the hardest work you can do, is practicing relaxation, meditation, prayer, stilling your body, getting quiet, and pretending that when you open your eyes, you're going to be in the physical reality that you want. It's challenging when circumstances and conditions, the environment around us has been challenging. We work hard. Sometimes we fight with loved ones. Sometimes we lose loved ones. Sometimes we feel like nothing we do is going right, but you know that's not true. Think about all the things that you have accomplished in your life already. It can be as simple as, I know how to tie my shoes. I can get dressed by myself. I know how to cook. I know how to pick up after myself. I know how to drive a vehicle. I am confident in my work. I am confident that I can clean my house, that I can pick out my own clothes, that I can shop for groceries. I am so grateful that I have an income, that I can pay for groceries. I am thankful. I am truly appreciative when a bill comes. I know I have the funds to pay. I have a home with lights, with electricity, with power. I can open the fridge and there's some food in it. I can turn on the stove and cook the food. I can turn a tap and clean running water comes out. I am grateful for the blessings in my life. You know, the things that we take for granted, more people in the world do not have the luxuries like running water and reliable power and shelter and clothes and food. When you can be truly grateful for the basics and then say, what do I really want? Getting into the habit of knowing that you are spirit and you're here to experience more life, and you get to choose. You can choose to stay mired in circumstances and conditions that you don't like, that you don't want. But if you fight against it, that grows bigger in your life. It is so important to relax and focus on what you do want. Neville Goddard says it is possible to resolve every situation by the proper use of imagination. Our task is to get the right sentence, the one which implies that our desire is realized, and fire up the imagination with it. All this is intimately connected with the mystery of the still small voice. Inner talking reveals the activities of imagination, activities which are the causes of the circumstances of life. As a rule, a person is totally unaware of his inner talking, and we therefore see ourselves not as the cause, but the victim of circumstance. To consciously create circumstance, we must consciously direct our inner speech, matching the still small voice to what it is that we desire to have it already fulfilled. Romans says he calls things not seen as though they were. Right inner speech is essential. I'm reading from The Coin of Heaven by Neville Goddard. It is the way. Right inner speech is essential. It is the greatest of the arts. It is the way out of limitation into freedom. Ignorance of this art has made the world a battlefield and penitentiary where blood and sweat alone are expected, when it should be a place of marveling and wondering. Right inner talking is the first step to becoming what you want to be. In Hermetica, Volume 1, page 231, the quote is, "Speech is an image of mind, and mind is an image of God." Neville Goddard says, on the morning of April 12th, 1953, my wife was awakened by the sound of a great voice of authority speaking to her and saying, "You must stop spending your thoughts, time, and money. Everything in life must be an investment. To spend is to waste, to squander, to lay out without return. To invest is to lay out for a purpose from which a profit is expected." This revelation of my wife is about the importance of the moment. It is about the transformation of the moment. What we desire does not lie in the future, but in ourselves at this very moment. At any moment in our lives, we are faced with an infinite choice: what we are and what we want to be. And what we want to be is already in existence, but to realize it, we must match our inner speech and actions to it. Matthew 18:19 says, "If two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven." It is only what is done now that counts. The present moment does not recede into the past, it advances into the future to confront us, spent or invested. Every moment must be invested, and our inner talking reveals whether we are spending or investing. Be more interested in what you are inwardly saying now than what you have said, by choosing wisely what you think and what you feel now. Anytime we feel misunderstood, misused, neglected, suspicious, afraid, we are spending our thoughts and wasting our time. Whenever we assume the feeling of being what we want to be, we are investing. We cannot abandon the moment to negative inner talking and expect to retain command of life, before us goes all the results of all that seemingly is behind. Not gone is the last moment, but oncoming. Isaiah 55:11 says, "My word shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." Neville says that the circumstances of life are the muffled utterances of the inner talking that made them, the word made visible. The present moment is always precisely right for an investment to inwardly speak the right word. You choose life and good and blessings by being that which you choose. Like is known to like alone. Make your inner speech bless and give good reports. Man's ignorance of the future is the result of his ignorance of his inner talking. His inner talking mirrors his imagination, and his imagination is a government in which the opposition never comes into power. If the reader asks, what if the inner speech remains subjective and is unable to find an object for its love? The answer is it will not remain subjective, for the very simple reason that inner speech is always objectifying itself. What frustrates and festers and becomes the disease that afflicts humanity is man's ignorance of the art of matching inner words to fulfill desire. Inner speech mirrors imagination. Alter your inner speech, and your perceptual world changes. Whenever your inner speech and desire are in conflict, your inner speech invariably wins. Because the inner speech objectifies itself, it is easy to see that if it matches desire, desire will be objectively realized. What you truly desire, you must talk about to yourself. You must say it over and over. It must resonate with you. So that's where your affirmations come in that are so important. And, you know, when we put ourselves down, when we complain, when we talk about what we don't want, those are affirmations, because our inner speech is affirming what's going on outside, and it manifests larger, more noticeable, bigger. Match your inner speech to what you truly desire, and watch how fast what you want shows up. You have a desire for something better. Don't talk about it as if it's in the future. Sit and think about it as if it's here now, and affirm, I am so happy and grateful now that. Know that your good is coming. It's just around the corner. So give thanks for it now. Be grateful for it. And it shows up faster than you could have predicted, faster than you could plan and scheme and strategize about. Take a deep breath in and let that go. What is it that you truly desire? Decide what you want. Start today. There's never any time better than the present. Be all that you are capable of being. What does it feel like now that you are there? You're living the life that you've chosen. Give thanks for it in advance, and it shows up seemingly out of the blue. Everything comes out of the blue. Your ideas, the idea for a cell phone, the idea for a rocket ship, the idea for a vehicle, the idea for a house, the idea for a healthcare system, the idea for everything that has made our lives more comfortable has come from the creative mind. Your creative mind only works when you're relaxed, when you're calm, when you're in control of your thoughts. Decide what you want. And as you relax and pretend that you're already you're already there, you're experiencing it in the spiritual realm, in your imagination. Only you can bring into physical reality what you see in your mind. And that takes practicing having it here in the now moment, writing it out. And as you write it out, some days you'll get an impulse to do something different. Please follow your impulse. Or you'll get an inspired idea. Write it down. It might be too big to take action on immediately, but the faster you start taking action in the direction of your goal, the faster your goal shows up. Thomas Carlyle said, "Go as far as you can see. When you get there, you will see how you can go further." If your goal is big and beautiful, you can see what it's like. You can't see what it's going to take to get there. That doesn't mean giving up. That means take a step. Show the universe you're serious. Practice being there in your imagination, and your higher self, the you who is already at the destination in your mind, will come up with the next plan, will show you how. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. You can't connect the dots looking forward, as Steve Jobs said. So write down your goal in the present tense. Feel what it's like to be there and ask, how did I get here? And write down what comes to your mind. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Invite your friends to come in so that they can experience what you're experiencing. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.